did what I had to do to protect our world.
You cannot control everything, Strange. You opened the doorway between universes, and we don't know who or what will walk through it.
Wanda, what do you know about the multiverse?
Viz had his theories. He believed it was dangerous.
He was right.
I'm sorry, Stephen. Your desecration of reality will not go unpunished.
We should tell him the truth.
Things just got out of hand.
You break the rules. Look out! To become a hero. I do it, I become the enemy. It doesn't seem fair.
All right, Marvel fans, I know after seeing that you are pumped, and we have something special for you. Have you heard of Disney Movie Insiders? It's an amazing opportunity for fans.
Yes, see the QR code that just popped up on the screen. What you're going to want to do is grab your phone, check it out, and download Disney Movie Insiders.
It's an app that rewards you for being a Disney, Marvel Studios, Pixar, or Star Wars movie fan.
Oh yeah, and you collect points, and the points you collect can be used for cool rewards like movie posters, movie ticket vouchers, collectibles, gift cards, and even tickets to see the world premieres of movies like this one.
All right, now see these pins? They are a Disney Movie Insiders reward. And to celebrate the premiere of Marvel Studios' Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, you can redeem one right now. No points required. Visit DisneyMovieInsiders.com or just open the app. Now, there is a limited number, so make sure to act fast to get your pin.
And once you've downloaded the app and are a member, which is free to join, by the way, you can start earning points and keep redeeming points. Earn reward points when you enter bonus codes like Multiverse.
And you can also get rewarded for what you already do as a fan, like watching Marvel Studios' Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness in the theaters opening weekend. Just download the app now, and for a limited time, get double points towards rewards when you can scan and upload a picture of your eligible movie ticket.
Oh, wow. So cool. And we're going to kick the action off right here. We have a special guest. We told you we were going to bring it to you. We have one of the executive producers, Eric Hauserman Carroll, with us. Hey!
Hello, welcome.
Welcome, thank you. I really appreciate you guys having me.
We're so glad that you're here. Now, okay, the multiverse is cracked open right now. So how did you decide what parts of the multiverse you all wanted to explore in this movie?
Well, as always, we took a step back. We thought about what would be most fun to see, and that's always where we start. I think the really cool thing about Marvel Studios is it's just a bunch of people making movies they want to see. We sit around in the room, and if anyone ever raises their hand and be like, I don't know anymore, I don't know if I'm excited about this, that's when we take a step back and we all start to talk about whether we're still on track or not. And I think that's exactly how we got to where we got on this movie, which was there were 1,000 ideas on the wall, but we picked our favorite, however many, and that's what turned into a movie.
All right, so you're excited for people to see certain things. Without giving any spoilers, is there a particular sequence, is there a particular character you're super pumped about?
Yes, but I can't spoil it without saying that. There's so many fun things in this movie because the multiverse let us do whatever we wanted. So there are things in here that I think people are not prepped for, but those are the moments I'm so excited to see audiences react to finally.
Okay, well, on that note, then let's get to where we can talk about some things. Then,
Sure.
So, can you tell us about how will this movie be different than some of the things that we've seen so far in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Sure. Well, a couple things. I think Doctor Strange is just a fascinating character who got his own movie already, but that movie was a great intro, a primer almost, right? Because in the comics, he's had all sorts of massive, huge adventures that span all the cosmos, the multiverse, whatever. And this movie, we really wanted to dive into that. So this is the first movie, even though Spider-Man No Way Home had a lot of fun with the multiverse in it, this is the first time we get to see our characters traversing the multiverse. So it really opens up a whole bunch of possibilities, and I think it's just a lot of fun and maybe also our scariest movie to date.
Right, so I'm going to ask you one last question because I know we've got to let you get into the movie. But
Okay.
what made this movie the right one to start introducing some scary and spooky elements?
Well, just the sheer multitude of opportunities the multiverse presents just makes you think, man, if there's something cool out there, there's also something dangerous. There's also something scary. There's also something hiding under your bed. And all those things we used to be afraid of that we don't think are real out there somewhere. So we just thought this was a really fun way. And then, of course, once we ended up partnering with Sam Raimi, who's just an American master of horror, we figured this was really a time to double down.
Amazing. Well, have an amazing time tonight, and thank you so much for stopping by to talk live to the fans.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Have fun.
Thank
Bye.
you. All right, so great. And we're going to keep the action going on. We do believe we have Ray Lowe, who's got something special over for us. Ray, what do you got going on over there on your side of the carpet? Hey.
I have Mr. Julian Hilliard with us, who plays Billy Maximoff.
Yeah.
Say hello to all your fans. They're live right now.
Hello, how's everyone?
I would say, from my own opinion, they're definitely doing great. Yeah. Now, you've obviously been in Marvel Studios' WandaVision, so you're not new to the MCU, but this is the first time you're in the wider MCU.
Yeah.
What does that feel like?
I mean, it's pretty cool because, like, I mean, it's Marvel. It's a dream come true already, so it's cool just being in a bigger Marvel project. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you have all your friends going to see it in theaters?
I'm pretty sure I do.
There's a big Julian Hilliard fan club right now. And what was it like reconnecting with your family? You know, you have Wanda Maximoff, you have Tommy Maximoff. What was that like?
Oh my gosh, they're just like so kind. It was just so amazing to be working with them again. Like, also a dream come true, but like, yeah, just the best.
Do y'all have any inside jokes that you use when you're kind of behind the scenes together?
None that I can remember right now.
It's okay. It's a fun time to be together either way. And what are you excited? I know you can't spoil too much, but what are you excited for fans to see in this film?
Chaos.
That's pretty good.
Chaos, mind-blowing stuff, and more chaos.
Based on what your on-screen mom does, I feel like we are sure to have that in store for this film. Is there anyone else you're excited to see on the carpet tonight?
Definitely, like, Lizzie, Benedict, like, everyone that's in the movie, and, like, just everyone. I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah. And also, you are very new to the MCU, but you're a little bit seasoned now. Do you have any advice for Xochitl Gomez, who is making her MCU debut?
I don't know. I don't know.
Just tell her to have a good time, right?
Have a great time. I hope you just, yeah.
Well, I really hope you enjoy the film and your friends do too. Have a great night tonight, Julia.
You too.
Just a sec.
All right, guys, it was so lovely to meet one of the Maximoff twins. We're gonna head back to Tamara and James and see what they're up to over there.
I'm right here.
Well, there we go. Getting to talk to one of the twins. So cool.
Yeah, we gathered a little crowd while we're here. We are so happy to be here with our filmmaking teams. We are talking live to the fans, so can you all introduce yourselves and say hi, because they've been waiting for you.
Graham Churchyard, costume designer.
Sam Raimi, director.
And Mitch Bell, co-producer.
I just had to do that because I know you are all so amazed by the wizardry that this team has put on film. So
yeah, and you know what's really exciting about this film? You know, first of all, Sam Raimi. What brought you to come back to the Marvel Cinematic, or to come back to the comic book universe to direct a film? You know, you did the Spider-Man trilogy. What brought you back to this film specifically?
Well, I've really enjoyed the Marvel movies that I'd seen. They were all made with great quality, and I heard the director had fallen out of Multiverse of the Madness. So Kevin had called and said, we're looking for a director. You want to come in and meet? I did, and the team seemed really great, very intelligent, present company excluded. But the rest of the team were very sensitive, and they really regard the integrity of the character as their primary job. So working for a team like that, a director can't go wrong.
One of the things that we keep hearing about is how collaborative this process has been. And, you know, Graham, you talked a bit about some of the changes that Sam talked about with some of the costumes. Can you talk about when you're doing a movie that has characters that come back, how that process works and some of the changes that you brought in the costumes?
Well, I think this is Doctor Strange's 7th appearance. So, yeah, we revisited a little bit. You'll see it when you see it. But it was really amazing to be able to launch some new characters, America Chavez, and get her launched into the MCU. So that was a real privilege. So yeah, really exciting.
So we heard that this movie's going to have, you know, some horror and scary elements. Like, how did you go about creating those and building that tension for this film?
Well, again, you have Sam Raimi in this movie, you know, directing the movie. So it's, you give him the reins, right? You basically say, Sam, here's the idea. Make it come to reality. And look, you can be in better hands. I mean, again, you got Sam Raimi directing this movie. When we first heard that he was going to do it, I was taken aback because I was so thrilled and excited, and because, you know, we're all huge fans of Sam. And so, again, you know that he's in good hands. You know that Doctor Strange is in good hands, and Wanda and the entire cast. So at that point, you basically say, Sam, go crazy. Do what you do, and dream up the craziest things you possibly can. And he did. And you'll see on the screen.
Sam, I've got a question for you, too. So, you know, in returning to the comic book genre, there's been a lot of technology that's changed. You can do things now on screen you couldn't do back when you were making Spider-Man. So for you, what was the most exciting development?
Well, the technology's gotten a lot easier. We no longer, like in the first Spider-Man movie, had to make the tools to make the tools. We no longer had to develop the technology to pull off a CGI character on screen, believably. So now the greatest technological advantage for me on this picture probably was Zoom. The fact that I could, in a telecommunications program, contact 50 of my teammates, my department heads, explain a concept, have a storyboard artist bring up that storyboard at my request, have my editor show a piece of a cut, have my production designer show a still of the diagram of the blueprint of the set we were going to build, along with my director of photography saying, well, I need a little more room from that back wall to get my 10K in there. I mean, it was incredible, the advantages of modern telecommunication when working on a movie where you have to be a conductor for all these great artists. I mean, there's hundreds and thousands of them.
It's almost like you've stepped into a whole entire different universe of movie making. You've stepped into an alternate universe here. Well, congratulations, you guys. I mean, such an amazing team of magic movie makers. Enjoy the rest of your night. We're going to send you on your way. Thank you so much for talking to the Marvel fans tonight.
Great. And now let's go back to Justin.
Wow, I've been tossed.
It's like, you're a director, aren't you? You know how this works. I love it. I love it.
Sam Raimi, just what the doctor ordered.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Well,
I love it. Thank you.
Well, that was way cool to get to talk to them. And I think there's some more action coming. We're going to head over to Justin. Justin, what do you got for the fans right now?
What's happening?
I am still the man with the fans, and I have a question for you. Who are you cosplaying as?
Doctor Strange.
I knew it. I knew it. And where did you get your costume?
My dad made it.
Dad made it? Are you Dad?
Yes, I am.
Now, the multiverse unlocks so many potentials for storytelling, but what I want to know is if you could punch through the multiverse, firstly, what do you do for a job in this universe?
Make cosplays.
Really? I see. And so, in another universe, what job would you have?
Make more cosplays.
So you are totally content?
Yes, I am.
And I have one more question for you. If you could be any other animal in any other universe, what animal would it be?
A cheetah.
A cheetah? Why?
So I can run fast.
I get it. Well, I'm going to run fast away from here and go elsewhere on the carpet. Ray, what do you got down there?
Yes. Okay. Hi, guys. I have here with us Sarah Finn, who is the casting director.
Yeah, hello. So nice to see you and to be here tonight.
So lovely, as always. Okay, this is, I can't even name the number, but it has been many Marvel films since you joined the MCU as casting director. and you got a new character. How does it feel? It's got to feel new every time.
It does. It's really exciting. I haven't seen the film yet. I can't wait to see her up on the big screen as America Chavez. And yeah, it's a whole new character. It's a Latina LGBTQ superhero entering the MCU. And I'm just so excited to see her up there with everyone tonight.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the process of trying to find, the right character who ended up being Xochitl Gomez.
Well, as always, we do a really exhaustive search. We read a tremendous amount of people. We did screen tests, and she really won the part.
Absolutely. And also, not only you're seeing new faces, you're seeing some faces that you casted ages ago with the first Doctor Strange film. What has it been like to see their characters' evolution and journey, and even the cast in real life?
It's incredibly gratifying to see them get to continue to tell their stories and to see how those stories change and grow as they, as humans, change and grow, and how that can inform the characters. So to see Rachel McAdams come back, Michael Stuhlbarg, of course we have Benedict Wong and others. I don't want to have any spoilers. I don't want to say the wrong thing by accident. But it's great to see them come together, and I think that it gives us a sense of history, the stories, this dimension that we really couldn't get in any other way, right? Yeah. To have 10 years now of storytelling behind us.
Absolutely.
It's amazing, and I think the audience gets to enjoy that as well.
Tell us a little bit about the collaborative process with Sam Raimi.
I loved working with Sam. It was truly a delight. It was during a time where we were physically separated due to circumstances beyond our control, but we had a lot of emails and a lot of Zooms and calls and things like that. And he's so creative. He's had such a fresh and unique, thoughtful perspective to the film while also having his signature Sam Raimi style, which I also can't wait to see on screen tonight. So it was fantastic.
Did you get to spend any time on set? Have any good memories from that whatsoever?
Not on this one. No, due to the circumstances, I wasn't able to go to set on this one.
Absolutely. It is always the best talking with you. You are such a quintessential part of the MCU, and you are always so kind. So say bye to all your fans out there. We're live.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thanks, Sarah. Oh, my goodness. I love her. She's the best every time. James and Tamara, what is happening over there in all this madness?
We just loved hearing the conversation, getting to hear about, the casting of what goes on behind the scenes, Ray. So thank you so much for that. And we do believe we're going to go over to Justin, who is just all around. He is traversing the multiverse of this carpet. What'd you say, Tamara?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I love the fact we just talked to Graham about costumes, and now we're going to go see what Justin's doing down at the Hall of Heroes, where you're going to get a fantastic look at the costumes in this film.
Justin Warner here at the end of the red carpet, where in just a few moments the illustrious cast will pass through here on their way to the Dolby Theater. I'm so excited. One of the things that they are going to see en route to the premiere screening is this incredible display of costumes. My friends, take a sweet, sweet gander. First up, we have one of the many Doctor Stranges that we see in the film. You're going to notice the alternate colors they've used for this Strange, and I am digging it. Next up, my friends, believe it, Baron Mordo is back. In contrast to Doctor Strange, the team uses golds and greens as his main palette, as you can see here. He too has been given some new additional details and a new cut of his costume that allows for all the stunt work he's got to do. Who's pumped for that? Now, this next Doctor Strange, particularly striking. We saw a little bit of it in the trailers. The black and red. Wow, what a knockout. Of course, we've got America Chavez. Now, the costume team knew they wanted that iconic denim jacket, and so this jacket was created with intricate and detailed hand-painted graffiti. Pretty cool stuff. Team wanted to keep this costume looking really youthful, as we're just getting our first introduction to America. Next up, we have the new Doctor Strange costume, which has been tricked out with lots of cool new details to make Doctor Strange look even more powerful. And of course, oh, you know it, we got that Eye of Agamotto, we've got that iconic Cloak of Levitation, and it couldn't get better. Next up, we have the Scarlet Witch, also known as Wanda Maximoff. Her look uses the Scarlet Witch's outfit from WandaVision as a starting point, and the team has made some changes to both the style and function. I mean, look at those sleeves. That will enhance what Wanda is going to be doing in this film. And here we have another Doctor Strange look. I am sensing a pattern here, and oh, what is that? Little blood, little gore? Ooh, can't wait to see what happens, or happened, to this guy. Next up is Wong. Now the Sorcerer Supreme. Upgrade. His look is upgraded too. We've got all sorts of new colors here. We've got the eggplant and the indigo, but now we've got a bunch of gold. Of course, that's going to augment his new status in this film. And then we've got our final Doctor Strange look on display. This one has much more muted tones and a lot of distressing on the textiles, and I gotta say, I'm a big fan of it. Last but certainly not least, Dr. Christine Palmer also returning in this film. She's got a new jumpsuit for Marvel Studios' Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and you can see the accent color on the sleeves reminiscent of her scrubs from her first film. Super excited about all this. If the details in all of these costumes are even remotely indicative of the details in the film, oh man, we've got a lot in store. And speaking of things in store, we've got more red carpet action in store for you at the front of the carpet.
Oh, we have got all the red carpet action we need right now. You can hear everybody screaming because we are standing next to Benedict Wong.
Hello there. Hi, how are you?
All right, so what has been up with Wong? You have been everywhere. You have been hanging out with Shang-Chi. You have been hanging out with Spider-Man. You have been hanging out with Abomination.
Yes, welcome to the WCU. The Wong Cinematic Universe is still alive. Yeah, he's been swinging in and out, hasn't he? Half portal will travel.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, but how does he balance it all? Because you're also the Sorcerer Supreme
That's
now.
right.
And
Yeah,
you're
recently promoted.
You've been
Yes.
recently from Librarian to Sorcerer Supreme. How is Wong handling this newfound responsibility that he has?
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's just such a far greater responsibility that he has now, a duty for his students. And, you know, yeah, he's in quite a turmoil that he might have to change his school into a fortress, you know, so we'll see.
You know, I love the gravitas that you bring to the role, but I also do wonder, being Sorcerer Supreme is such a heavy responsibility. What does Wong do to blow off steam?
Well, of course, karaoke, of course.
Oh, we saw.
That's it. That's
a tuna
it.
melt sandwich, maybe?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, you know, you were talking about you might have to turn. We've seen in the trailer some sort of fight is happening at Comertage, right? What is it like getting to film those action sequences, and what's the training like to be able to film those scenes?
It's amazing, you know. I mean, I don't know. Dare I say I'm a bit of a 6-year veteran now at the moment, so. You know, yeah, they do it so well, and the sets are incredible, and obviously, you know, from what I know when I film and then come to the stage of what the VFX team do, you know, it's just such a beautiful, you know, sequence, so... Yeah,
and Comertage is so magical. I'm curious for you because it was made with a combination of practical effects that happen while you're filming and VFX, as you just mentioned afterwards. What's tougher for you? Is it more challenging dealing with special effects while you're on set or acting on a green screen?
It's a great marriage, actually, really, when you look at it. You know, from kind of special effects from old, you know, the kind of pyrotechnics, and then to, you know, the VFX team. You know, what a wonderful marriage that is and how effective it looks.
I just have one question before I'm sure you have to go off to other parts of the multiverse, but we have seen your relationship with Stephen Strange evolve over the last few movies. It's one of my favorite relationships in the MCU. What can you tease to us about what the dynamic is between you two in this movie?
Well, they're still the odd couple, aren't they, really? You know, Wong the wiser one, Strange the wayward one, forever trying to rein him in. And, of course, he keeps telling him not to cast spells, not to tamper with natural law. And all these actions have consequences. And this film is full of consequences.
So many consequences.
Yes.
All right, the consequence for us if we don't send you out to talk to the fans right now is they're going to be very upset with us. So have a fantastic time at the premiere. We so love watching you in this movie.
Thank you so much.
Amazing
Cheers.
work.
Take care.
All right, take care.
How cool to get to talk to the Sorcerer Supreme, right?
I know, and I heard Ray is down talking to somebody right now.
Hey, Ray, what do you got? How's the night been for you? Look at your mind is blown, Ray. I can see it.
It is blown. I was watching that entire interview with Benedict Wong. Guys, did I hear the wider Benedict universe? Is that the BCU? Is there somewhere that I can access all these films? Because I want to watch that in Lineage.
A new addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
Excellent.
the Benedict Wong Cinematic Universe. We're here with Danny Elfman. Hello.
Hi.
Legendary composer Danny
you.
Elfman. We're so excited for you to be here. Now, what was it like now? You've worked with Sam Raimi before. What was it like getting to re-team and to get back into the comic book movie genre?
Well, it was like double fun because I always love working with Sam, of course. But working with Sam on this movie was like, wow. Such a big canvas to work on and so crazy and so, you know, it was just really great.
So when you have a canvas that's this big, you know, I was reading an interview where you were talking about how very often you'll find a couple of themes that you'll really kind of focus on, and then ultimately that will lay the groundwork for the rest of it. Is that how you worked on this film? Was there a particular character that came to you first?
Well, I mean, it kept going between Wanda and Strange, and their themes were just constantly intertwining. So I don't even know who's got more thematic time, but both of them were really so fun to write for, you know, because they're so good.
I'd ask you about which Wanda and which Strange, but we know you can't answer that, so.
I'm not even sure I can answer that.
Right. You know, and you were talking about there's so many elements that you're also having to work with and interweave in as well. And there's also, Sam teased that there's some horror elements to this.
Yes.
What's the key to, you know, interweaving those moments and building that suspense?
Well, any movie like this is a giant puzzle, and it's like putting together all the pieces of the puzzle. Just in this particular puzzle, there was some horror, a la Sam Raimi. And so, of course, that wasn't really difficult for me to find that.
You've had a little bit of experience with horror before. I'm curious, do you have go-to instruments for this kind of soundtrack?
No, I mean, it's orchestra, you know, it's still big orchestra. Although for some of the horror stuff, I used a special extra low brass sound that's reminiscent of kind of a modern redoing of an old-fashioned horror sound that I happen to really like, that Sam likes also.
But you also, before you go here, I just want to plug that you all have a new album that just dropped recently. Can you tell us about that recent project that you had?
My album?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was just a surprise pandemic situation. Like a lot of people found themselves doing something they didn't expect, and that was me. You know, it's like, oh, I didn't know I was going to do this, but that's what I'm doing. So, yeah.
And that's the amazing thing about this business. It's one artistic adventure after another. Yes.
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 And obviously, those of us who are writers or composers, when we're stuck into quarantine, have a slight advantage over, you know, everybody else. We just dig into that thing that we were thinking about in the back of our heads, and I guess that's what happened with me, so.
Well, we're no longer in quarantine. We have an amazing group of fans out here, so we're going to send you on your way so that you can bask in the adulation that they have for you. Thank you for stopping by and talking to the fans.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Have a great time tonight.
Thanks.
So great. Thank you, Daddy Elfman. And the party just continues to
The
go.
party just gets better and better and better.
Absolutely. We
Come on
have
over here.
right over here Xochitl Gomez playing America Chavez and executive producer Victoria Alonso.
Okay, so right now,
Now
let
it's
you
a
know what's going
party.
on. There are fans right over there. They waved hello. They're screaming at them. We're so happy to see you. Welcome.
Thank you. It's pretty crazy, isn't it? We're finally here. We're here.
We are
waited and waited and waited.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, America Chavez!
Okay, Victoria Alonso. Now, I know that this means so much to you, having America Chavez make her MCU debut. What is she going to bring to the table that we haven't seen before?
Well, you're going to have to watch and watch and watch. And the beautiful thing is you can watch it in 2D, in 3D,
So many options.
in 3D IMAX,
4D.
4D. What else can you watch?
8D.
Whatever D you want.
I'm sure somewhere else in the
Go
multiverse
in
there's an
every
8D.
dimension. The multiverse will be there.
Yeah.
And so will be Miss Chavez.
Oh. So let's talk about Miss Chavez for a second. All right. So this is a character that is beloved in the comics. Tell us a little bit about what you pulled from the comics and what's different.
Yeah, I mean, what the amazing thing about the MCU version of America is that she is 14, which is younger than any of the versions in the comics. And she is an alien, which we love that.
We love it.
You know, it was really interesting because, of course, she's super confident and has full ability of her powers, and so this is a completely new take. And I think Michael Waldron did a fabulous job with that.
With getting to explore America, what were some things that you really connected with that, you know, you even maybe learned about yourself or you really identified with yourself playing this role?
Yeah, I mean, I realized that we are both confident, very confident ladies, and resilient. You know, when things are trying to get you down, just keep on going. And one thing that I really, really love about America is that you just kind of want to root for her the entire movie. You just like want her to, you know, be happy.
She is cheeky and cheeky and as Chiqui Chavez as you can have it.
Well, I actually have a question. It's so true. It's so true. And we love what we've seen in the trailer so far. One of the questions I have for both of you is, America is kind of very not used to depending on other people, as is Doctor Strange. Who do you each think has bigger trust issues? Ooh.
We're going deep.
I mean, both of them, honestly.
I think they complement each other in the department to having to trust people a little more.
Yeah. Well, excellent. Well, you have amazing fans here. Oh, come on over.
Look at this reunion. Come on over.
Come on over.
There it is. We've got Elizabeth Olsen, Wanda Maximoff, a.k.a. the Scarlet Witch. Look at this reunion here. Hugs all around.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you,
are in
Victoria.
great hands.
Such great hands.
Okay, well then come on in a little bit.
We'll keep
Let's
it a party.
get close.
Well, with
Because, Sochi and Miss Chavez, very cheeky.
Yes, Sochi's very cheeky on set.
Well, what I love here is we have, Elizabeth Olsen. You're one of the veterans now of the MCU.
Wow.
You've been here a while.
How does it feel when
And
you hear these?
You were in
Yeah.
movies. So how does it feel?
Yeah.
So how does it feel to bring in this, with Sochi Gomez playing America Chavez? What is this dynamic like, and what was it like working with her?
I mean, she's way more ready for it now than I was when I was 25. So
She was 14, Lizzie.
I know she was 14. I was over a decade older than her and more terrified.
So, Sochi, did she give you any advice, or any of the veterans as you're joining into the MCU? Did they give you any advice?
I mean, Lizzie gave me great advice. She told me to never be shy from giving any notes or any tips or just giving my opinion on things, and that Marvel really means it when they want my input. And I'm not gonna lie, I did take that advice, and I'm happy I did.
And now we know why you use the cheeky word.
Chiqui Chavez. Chiqui Chavez.
Okay, you just started a whole t-shirt line right there. But speaking of input, right, so Wanda has had this amazing journey. What did you want to make sure came out in this new incarnation of her that we're going to see in the movie?
I just want to keep things exciting for the fans. I don't want to be repetitive, and I want to make sure that this character evolves and has an evolution that continues to surprise people after hopefully winning them over from WandaVision and continuing on to the next journey for her.
So
the fans just saw her and are screaming.
They're losing their mind. And we saw in WandaVision, Marvel Studios WandaVision, now on Disney Plus, which rocked everybody. It came at such an important time of the pandemic, but you get to now be the Scarlet Witch. How does it feel after all these years? You are officially the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I didn't know if we had it in, how we were going to bring that in, and we brought it in the most epic way possible, that she is this mythic woman, this ancient woman that she has always been destined to be, and we're finally embracing that in Doctor Strange.
We are, and one of my favorite lines at the end of Marvel Studios WandaVision is you say, I don't understand this power yet, but I'm gonna learn.
Yeah.
So where is she in that journey of learning?
I think she's learned.
Oh, okay. She's made it. She has made it, yeah.
Yeah, I can't tell you anything else. You have to go watch the movie.
Go see it. Go see it.
And part of the reason you have to watch this movie is because the visual effects are amazing. And if anyone knows about visual effects, that would be you, Miss Alonso. So what sequence in particular that we've seen in the trailer, no spoilers, were you especially excited to bring to the screen, especially with these two?
The movie is called The Multiverse of Madness. Say no more. Pay your money. Go watch the movie.
There's a reason why Victoria
Spoken
Alonso,
like a true producer.
who's been here all along. Well, thank you to Sochi Gomez, Victoria Alonso, Elizabeth Olsen. Thank you so much. Congratulations. We're ready to go in the multiverse. And we're going to go over to our friend Justin, who's got some exciting action for us. Justin, where are you on the carpet?
Oh, man, I am still hanging out with the fans. I feel like I'm one of the people right now. So much magic has been happening. But check it out, my friends. With the opening up of the multiverse, there is now an endless buffet of twists and turns and Marvel lore that you can explore. That is, of course, you have the appetite. I know I do. You gotta check this out.
Welcome to Marvel Unlimited. Explore the Marvel Universe. The characters you know. The stories you love. All for a low price. All in one place. All at your fingertips. This is Marvel Unlimited.
you got to check out Marvel Unlimited. I'm telling you, I have it. I love it. And if you've got that hunger for more, check it out. I've got a hunger to see more of the magic that is happening on this carpet right now.
Oh, right.
There is so much magic happening right now. I don't know if they caught a shot of it, but off stage, we had Rachel McAdams, Elizabeth Olsen, Xochitl Gomez, just all chatting and taking a picture together and reuniting, and it's incredible.
It's so cool to see. And amidst all of these fans, I mean, the cosplay is just out of this world. I also love the color coordination. And here we have, is there a doctor on the carpet? There's a doctor on the carpet. We've got Rachel McAdams, who plays Dr. Christine Palmer's back.
Right.
Yay!
Yes, back for more medicine.
Yeah.
No, I don't do any medicine in this one.
Doing some other things there.
I'm doing other things.
On that note, though, what is it like to get to come back, jump back into the Marvel Universe? How does it feel to be back?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, you know, you're like, oh, so I didn't burn any bridges.
Not at all.
No. You did many, many things right. I think you're good. I do have a question, though. You know, stepping back into a character after a certain amount of time as an actor, how do you sort of traverse that? You know, what works for you?
I had to go back to my notes. But, I mean, the nice part about this movie is we're playing different versions of ourselves. So you kind of get to start fresh.
And speaking of playing different versions, I totally cut you off. I'm so sorry.
No, jump in there. I know
Okay.
It's Dr. Christine Palmer. We've been dying to talk to you all night, so I got it.
All right, so speaking of playing different versions of yourself, you are no stranger to time travel movies and different versions. So do you have any suggestions for folks about playing different versions of themselves and traversing the multiverse?
Oh,
how do you not get in trouble on the timeline?
Yeah, it's pretty hard not to get in trouble. I would suggest eating before you time travel because apparently it upsets your stomach.
Yeah. Well,
so have some crackers or something. Yeah.
Spoken like a true ER doctor.
I was going to say, like a doctor, giving the advice there. So you also get reunited with other Dr. Stephen Strange in this. You have a history. I consider you all to be the will they or won't they of the MCU. I'm hoping for will they. But what is it like for you to reunite with Benedict Cumberbatch in this film, getting to work with him again?
It's the best. He's the greatest. He's created this awesome character, from day one. Someone asked me the other day if he was even better as Doctor Strange this time around. And I think he was great from the beginning. Like, he just found this character right away. And he's just kind of sunk into it. So, he makes my job really, really easy.
Well, one of the things we talked about, oh my God, the fans.
They're just going so wild here.
Right? I don't know, they've been screaming for all of you all night. This is a very, very beloved cast.
No, that is him.
Okay, it is him, but
See,
when you were walking there, they were yelling too.
It's a new octave that people find. Yeah. I'm just gonna go now.
No, you stay right here. I do have a question for you, though. Let's say the multiverse is real.
Okay.
Let's say it's real. What version, is there a different version of Rachel McAdams that you hope exists? For example, I hope that there's like a boy band version of myself, like not lead singer, but the fourth one who's there.
You don't want too much pressure.
All right, we don't want you to feel any pressure tonight. We just want you to have a good time. So we're going to send you out to these amazing fans and have a great time watching it on the big screen. You're welcome. It's great to see you.
I would speak many languages and play all the instruments.
Yes, I like that version.
Love it. It's not as exciting as a boy band.
No, I think we're in the same universe. We're in the same band.
We'll be backup singers together.
Awesome. Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you.
Bye. So fun. I'm going to be with Rachel McAdams in a different universe.
You are going to be with, oh my God. Justin Warner, what is going on with you? What is happening?
Oh my, what is not happening is what I want to know. My friends, the magic is very, very real. Something very magical just happened to you.
Absolutely, yes. I'm still shaking a wee bit because I had the opportunity to meet Liz and she was signing my Darkhold. So it's even more magical even now. So I'm super happy at the moment and yeah.
And it sounds like your travels have paid off because you've come from afar, correct?
Yes, actually we come from a far, far away. I came all the way from Germany.
And I'm coming from Switzerland.
Oh my goodness, wow. So with all of this in mind, it sounds like it's already paid off for both of you. You got a signature as well, correct?
Yes, I got one on the back, look.
Oh, look at it. Magic, magic. Oh, it's so good. What a great idea to sign the Cloak of Levitation. I'm all about that. So you've traveled so far. It seems like it's already paid off, but what are you looking forward to tonight?
Actually, of course, we look forward to meet the cast and the crew here and be with all the other great fans and cosplayers and see the movie, actually, to see what the Multiverse of Madness is about and how, like, Doctor Strange's and Wanda's story arc is developing. We're bursting from curiosity.
I love that. And for you?
I'm, of course, a big Doctor Strange fan and Benedict Cumberbatch, so I'm interested for both. And we haven't seen that much of the arc of his character yet, so with all the variants, I'm very excited what they are going to do with him.
Oh, this is so fantastic. Now, I have a feeling that I know the answers here, but in general, IRL, outside of your cosplay, are you Team Sorcerer or Team Witch?
I'm in real life and in cosplay a proud member of the Scarlet Circle, and I will ever be a Team Scarlet Witch, yes.
Amazing. I love that. The Scarlet Circle, is that like your own creation?
Actually, this is what I like to call all the Scarlet Witch cosplayers out there in the interweb. Look over there, there are all those beautiful other variants. And for me, for my personal thing, I call them the Scarlet Circle because it's such an uplifting community, and I love each and every one of them. And this is what I call them. From me, our little fandom cosplaying from the MCU and portraying the Scarlet Witch in all variants and costumes.
I love it. And how do you feel? Are you Team Witch or Team Sorcerer?
Well, I'm a big Benedict Cumberbatch fan. I'm a member of the Cumber Collective, I'd say. And so I'm Team Strange, of course.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for spending some time with me. I'm so glad you got some autographs. And I am so excited for what we have in store for you. I'm going to go back to the main stage and see how my good friends are doing up there. Oh boy, I can see from here.
Oh, yes.
There he is. All right, look at that.
We are doing fantastic because we are here with the Sorcerer Supreme of the MCU himself, Kevin Feige. Welcome, welcome.
Everybody, how are you?
We are great. You know, we were talking about the fact that, well, Doctor Strange is a master of the mystic arts. Sam Raimi is a master of the cinematic arts. So tell me about working with him.
Well, my whole career started with Sam. The first X-Men movie, and then I was hired with Marvel, and then went right into the first Spidey with Sam. So on those first 3 movies, I just stood there and watched and was lucky to be there.
You know, you've been teasing the multiverse for so long, even back to the first Marvel Studios Doctor Strange. But how did you know that Doctor Strange would be the character to help take us through the multiverse?
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's always a method to the madness, even of the multiverse. And for the Marvel.com fans who know that Loki and Sylvie did something at the end of that series that sort of allowed all of this to be possible. He Who Remains is gone, and that allowed a spell to go wrong in Spider-Man No Way Home, which leads to the entire multiverse going quite mad in this.
I feel like you just connected something for me that I don't know. Was
It's
that
there.
Did we just get a scoop? I feel like we just got
No,
a scoop. It's all connected.
all there.
Okay,
It's
all
there,
right.
it's there.
It's all there. So it's fun, right? This is absolutely a sequel to the first Doctor Strange, but also to Infinity War and Endgame, also to WandaVision, and that really just let us have an embarrassment of riches of like such an amazing cast and amazing stories, and then Sam Raimi tying it all together.
Right, so what made this particular film the one where you said, this is where we get to go scary and spooky and explore horror? Because Marvel does such a great job of pairing genres with different kinds of stories.
It came up early on, and our executive producer, Scott Derrickson, had a great thought of that there hadn't been sort of those PG-13 scares for a long time. And if you think back to the Indiana Jones movie, and there's another one coming from Disney soon, that there were scary moments in those. And you hadn't seen that much anymore, and Strange felt like the character to do that with. And now with Sam behind the camera, I'm very excited for people to finally see what that means and who is scaring who.
Yeah. Well, something that you were talking about earlier is, you've got the Disney Plus shows, you've got the movies. How do you all keep it all? I mean, it's one connected story. How do you keep it all together?
Marvel Studios has the best team of creatives in the business. Many of us have been together for over 15 years, and that's a rarity in this business, in this industry, because we love it, because we love working very, very hard to get to this moment where everybody's waiting and anticipating finally being able to see it.
And you do have an incredible group of fans here today. I mean, when you first stepped up here, you looked around and you're like, wow, this is like a full-on fan premiere. What's it like for you seeing all of these fans here decked out in amazing cosplay?
I mean, this is the first premiere back in the Dolby Theater with a full shutdown Hollywood Boulevard, I think, that we've had since Captain Marvel. Endgame was in another location. But it's great. And it feels like, I mean, we all had those moments over the past 2 years of, will things get back to normal? Will we be able to do this again? We'll be able to stand up here with you two talking to Marvel.com live? And the answer is yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of things getting back to normal, this movie has to be seen in the theaters, right? Because the visual effects are amazing. Can you, without giving anything away, is there a particular sequence, maybe something we've seen in the trailer already, that you were really excited to bring to screen?
There's been too much in the trailers. I don't want to talk about anything else, but I will say Sam has made this movie to be experienced on as big a screen as possible. And it's even the first one in a long time that 3D was really taken into account, too, because the first Doctor Strange film, I think, was our best film ever in 3D, and this one now will be right alongside that.
I have to try to ask, is there anything that you can tease to us of, like, how will things be different now that the multiverse is cracked wide open?
Yeah, we've always talked about the multiverse in the comics, in the film so far, is just another amazing storytelling tool to see characters and different versions of characters, to really play into emotions, which is what Marvel is all about, is characters. And the multiverse is going to allow us to keep playing with that.
Well, thank you so much for sharing the inside with the fans, and have an amazing time tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks.
So amazing to talk to our Sorcerer of Supreme here for the MCU, right?
That's right. Let's take it to Justin now. What's going on over there?
Oh, hey, no big deal. Oh, trust me, you don't have to apologize. This is bonkers, you know. I was just passed by Benedict Cumberbatch, you know. Just another day at the races here for me. Justin Warner, you know, he's just right back there, cruising along, interacting with the fans, taking photos. And there's just so much, you know, I can't stop saying the word magic because it's real. And everybody is absolutely transfixed. And it would seem that Mr. Cumberbatch is being super kind, signing every autograph and taking all these pictures. I gotta say, he's extraordinarily well dressed. And the crowd is absolutely going wild right now. Everybody is watching. All eyes on Benedict Cumberbatch playing Doctor Strange in Marvel Studios' Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Wow. My friends, what's going on up there on stage one?
Well, we have just been having a great time with the cast and with the filmmakers. You know, it was funny before because we were talking with Rachel McAdams when Benedict Cumberbatch arrived, and there was this huge shout, and we were like, no, it's for you. She's like, no, it's for Benedict.
I mean, he is our master of the mystic arts, you know. And you know one thing that you have to say, it's just been so great to watch Stephen Strange evolve over the last few movies and just see, you know, especially from the first film when he was, you know, just this neurosurgeon who, you know, had this ego but came on over and really fell into becoming a superhero, becoming with the Avengers. But you know what? We've got to go over to our friend Ray here. Ray, what do you got going on over there?
What's happening?
Hello, guys. I have a friend from the wider MCU. I promise I'd be bringing some of them to you. I have Leah McHugh, who plays Sprite in Marvel Studios' Eternals. How you doing, Leah?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. You know, we have a ton of your fans live right now. Can you say a little hello to all of them?
Hey, everyone.
So we didn't see you all too long ago, honestly. It was, just back in October that Eternals came out.
Yeah, a few months ago.
So how's it been? What has Sprite been up to since then? How's she getting along with the humans?
I've just been enjoying the ride of this. My life has totally changed, you know, and just enjoying it and letting it all happen and excited for the future.
Yeah, and you made your MCU very recently as another, you know, young star. And we have Xochitl Gomez, who's making her MCU debut as America Chavez. If you have any inside notes to give to her, any advice, what would it be?
Oh, gosh. I mean, I had no idea what I was getting myself into, so I don't know, just honestly enjoy it, you know? It goes by so fast, faster than you'd ever think, and, you know, just enjoy it. Make good memories.
Yeah, I feel like it's so hard to, because I feel like you just zoom through all of it.
Oh, yeah.
So now that kind of the rest of Phase 4 is expanding, what are you hoping to see for the wider Marvel Universe, but also maybe your character?
Oh, I I don't know. I mean, there's so many characters that I love that I would love to get to work with, and I don't know. You never know with Marvel, but they always surprise you. So I have no idea what I'm expecting for the future.
Absolutely. Is there anyone you're kind of excited to reconnect with? There's so many people here tonight.
I know. I don't even know who's here, honestly.
Well, now you get to be on the other side and watch this amazing film. Have so much fun tonight.
Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, I'm seeing absolutely everyone in the MCU tonight, and I want to see who Tamara and James might have on their stage. I'm telling you, I was not joking when I said we have so many different faces from the MCU and beyond coming on clean here.
Well, we have the face of Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Good.
You know, you have talked about, well, we can't even Benedict.
Good. I don't think I'm going to be heard about this.
All right, we'll try to ask you a few questions. Sure. You have talked about how much fun it has been to play different versions of yourself. Talk a little bit about the challenges of that and what helped you step in, without giving anything away.
I mean, this is a very rich and complex character as it is, and then when he comes up against other versions of himself, it just gets even more interesting. And as an actor, the challenge is to make him same but different and have fun with it. And yeah, I can't wait to see how the audiences respond to what we've done.
Well, we recently saw you in Spider-Man No Way Home, where you maybe did a spell that went a little haywire.
Possibly.
What
I had some
did
help
you do?
screwing it up. I know you said a rude
Very
word
true.
then,
But
yeah.
you fixed it. But how is Stephen feeling after the mayhem he maybe helped create?
A little forgetful.
Fair,
and I think ready to not screw things up again. So hopefully he doesn't.
I don't know if he's learned. I mean, the reality is when we saw him with a teenager in Spider-Man No Way Home, I don't know where. So talk about his...
He's not an ideal parent, that's for sure. He's definitely on a steep learning curve when it comes to babysitting. So, hey, look, I think Peter was a foot soldier that he knew and trusted and wanted to help, and everything that he failed to do exactly or according to any kind of code is very much in him, but also his love of a guy that he grew very fond of and cared for. So I think it's a human failing, if it is a failing. So, yeah, we'll have to see where it goes with America in this one.
Well, let's talk about that dynamic. So again, being paired up with another teenager. So what's this dynamic that you and Xochitl Gomez created between your two characters?
I think it's interesting because despite her youth, she, the pupil-teacher dynamic flips around a lot in this film. And basically, I think it starts from a position of equal distrust and then evolves into something whereby they work very well together.
One of the things that Sam Raimi talked about in an interview was really how there were particular things that you wanted to explore with Doctor Strange and the fact that it was a very collaborative relationship. Are there things, directions that you were curious to take him in that you can share?
The last third of the film in particular, which is true Marvel fashion, came together quite late. I feel like I'm a guardian of this character, so the integrity sort of rests with me. So I fought for a lot of the stuff you'll see in the picture, and some that you won't.
Well, we also in this film get to see you work with Elizabeth Olsen in this one, a fellow sorcerer. So what was it like getting to work with her?
She's just a joy. There's nothing I can say that hasn't already been said about how superlative she is as a human being and an actress, but I will anyway. She's mesmerizing to watch. She's so consummate. You just kind of fall under her spell, pun intended. And she's just a delight. She's the first not to take it or herself at all seriously and have fun. So that's a really great combination, and it's a really lovely day for everybody when she's on set.
Speaking of that, every time I hear people talk about Sam Raimi, they talk about how nice he is, how kind he is, how sensitive, and yet he's bringing scary, spooky elements. So how does that manifest itself on set? What's it actually like? Can you describe the atmosphere for the fans?
I was going to try to describe him as a complete and utter arsehole, but he's not. He's probably one of the nicest human beings I've ever had the good fortune to work with. I mean, for someone who has that much of an iconic status, both in horror and in superhero movies, he wears it very, very lightly. He's very collaborative, he's very humble, and it's just a joy to be working for him as your first audience and the trust you can place in him because of his expertise in this very particular blend of horror and action hero. It's wonderful. You feel secure. So that's pretty much everything you can ask for in a director. You want to please them,
Well, talking about what it's like to work on set, there's a lot of visual effects.
Yeah.
What is it like? How are you able to keep your performance so grounded about a green screen?
I think all of this has to be grounded in character. It has to be grounded in real world humanity that these great people lining our streets and myself as a fan before I became part of this can can recognize, can see traits of their lives or their behavior on the human condition that's unique to all of us, even if we are superheroes. And I think Strange came from an ordinary place, you know. As brilliant as he was as a neurosurgeon, he was somebody you could recognize in our world. So he wasn't born with a superpower, he had to discover it. And I think that's kind of inspiring as well, to think that there's possibilities in all of us that remain there to be found and tapped into and developed and enjoyed, you know. And I think the humor and the pathos that then brings when these people have painful chapters in their character arcs and their stories is even more deeply felt, you know.
You definitely feel that connection, that very human. So thank you so much, Benedict Cumberbatch, for bringing the humanness to the screen. We love it. And seeing that there's a superhero inside all of us.
Sorry?
That there's a superhero inside all of us.
Oh, there certainly is. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's great to see you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, guys.
You know, we are exploring the multiverse in this as well. And so we're going to take a little glimpse of the multiverse here and let's give everybody a little sneak peek of the multiverse.
Exciting.
I did what I had to do to protect our world.
It's pretty unfathomably exciting where we're going in this film. It's the most fantastic new phase of Marvel.
What do you know about the multiverse?
Viz had his theories. He believed it was dangerous.
In this story, we are leaping into different universes. But unlocking the multiverse creates a big Pandora's box.
You opened the doorway, and we don't know who or what will walk through it.
We're in unknown territory. I think audiences are going to be startled. These other realities invite a plethora of all these new characters.
Telling the stories was such a gigantic endeavor. It had to be large because it had to not only paint a picture of our universe, but of multiple universes.
We need your help.
It was a great opportunity to pair two of the most powerful superheroes together.
It's got a sort of darker tone to it. And with Sam Raimi at the helm, he's a master of that.
We wanted the fans to go, oh, how cool. I mean, that really was our goal. We wanted to give the fans what they wanted, just not exactly what they expected.
The stakes are real. He's literally coming up against versions of himself.
Things just got out of hand.
I love hearing Sam Raimi talk about the fans and Marvel fans. I want to make sure that you have heard of Disney Movie Insiders just because it's an amazing opportunity for fans.
Absolutely. So you see the QR code that just popped up once again. You know what to do. Grab your phone, check it out, and download Disney Movie Insider.
Disney Movie Insiders is an app that rewards you for being a Disney fan, a Marvel Studios fan, Pixar, or a Star Wars movie fan.
Yep, and what's so cool is you're going to collect points, and the points that you collect can be used for rewards like movie posters, you can get some movie ticket vouchers, you can get collectibles, gift cards, and even tickets, which we know that you want to see, to the world premiere of movies like this one.
And you also get cool things like these pins, right? They are a Disney Movie Insiders reward. To celebrate this premiere of Marvel Studios' Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, you can actually redeem one right now. There are no points required. Just visit DisneyMovieInsiders.com or open the app. There is a limited number, though, so make sure to act fast and get your pin.
Yes, and once you download the app and are a member, which is free to join, by the way, you can start earning points and keep redeeming rewards. Earn points and redeem them when you enter bonus codes like Multiverse.
And the cool thing is, you can also get rewarded for the things you already do as a fan, like watching Marvel Studios' Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness in theaters opening weekend. Download the app now, and for a limited time, you get double points towards rewards when you scan and upload a picture of your eligible movie ticket.
Ooh, and Tamara, look, I am a Disney Movie Insider. Look at this pen. Get that close up. Oh, yeah. If you want to be a Disney Movie Insider just like me, you got a cool pen like this. I mean, come on. Come on.
Very fancy.
I do, we do. Now, what I love is that now it's a reveal. Everyone's been wondering what this pin was. And now you know, and I know everyone wants one.
Well, you're like a Marvel Studios movie, right? You give a little bit of a tease, we see a little bit of a trailer,
Yes.
and then you explain what's going on. And how cool was it talking with Benedict Cumberbatch, right?
Oh my God, so great to talk to him. And you know, just the depth, and you can just see how much he lives this role. It is just something he just really exudes. Doctor Strange, and he takes it so seriously, and I think...
I love the way he talked about himself as a guardian of the role, which I think is what happens when you've been in as many movies as you have as the same character.
Yeah, you know what's so interesting is I think it's so fitting to have Sam Raimi come back, because I really feel like he is the person to help kickstart this new era of comic book movies that we're in. Someone who loves the genre, right? And takes it so seriously, and then, of course, here he is to help us continue take it to places we've never seen before.
Right, so this movie is not only a movie for fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it's also really a movie for film fans, because Sam Raimi, his body of work is just incredible.
Yeah.
But speaking of incredible things, I want to know what Justin's up to, because there's a lot going on this carpet.
Indeed, in another universe, I, Justin Warner, wrote the Marvel Eat the Universe cookbook. So I wanted to ask you all, in an alternate universe, if there was unlimited food, what would your choice be?
Ooh, lasagna.
Because of all the layers, just like the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it so much. And for you?
Quesadillas.
Oh man, you dip it in the consomme? Que rico.
Definitely.
I'm all about the quesadilla. If you don't know about it, you got to check it out online. It's a real thing and it's amazing. And for you?
Pizza.
Pizza. I love it. Are you from New York?
I am not.
Are you team New York or Chicago or Detroit when it comes to pizza, or you're an all pizza opportunity consumer?
All pizza opportunity.
I love it so much. I'm trying to think what mine would be. I don't know, man. Sushi, maybe? Who knows? Anyway, this carpet is absolutely popping off right now. Everybody is super pumped. We've had so many stars walk by us, and it's been crazy out here. Have you guys had a good time thus far?
Oh, definitely. Yes.
I understand you got some good photos. What was your highlight?
Benedict, definitely.
Oh, yeah? And for you?
Benedict too.
I love it. All right, we're going to go back to Tamara on the main stage. Oh, man, we're having so much fun.
We are having too much fun.
Too much fun over there. And you know, we were just talking about Sam Raimi and what he has done, not only for comic book movies, but you know, he's just this perfect person to come and do this movie when you think about it, because he's done comic book movies before. He also does, you know, the horror movies, but he also was a magician as a kid. Did you know that? He was a magician as a kid.
I had heard that. So apparently when he heard that he could make a movie with some horror elements that was about a magician, really sparked his interest.
I mean, that just seems like a really perfect match. So I think we're actually going to take a closer look at Sam Raimi, the director of Marvel Studios and the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness right now.
Sam Raimi's Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, that is a dream come true.
I got a call from my agent saying that Kevin Feige and the Marvel team were looking for a director for the new Doctor Strange movie. And I was a big fan of the first one. It was really intelligent and interesting. So when that offer came in, I thought, this would be a really good challenge. Ready to go.
Sam is such a lovely human being, and obviously his standing in this industry and this genre in particular is legendary as it should be.
Sam has become known for this terrorizing cinema experience. He's creating as much tension as possible for the audience, just ready for them to have that jump scare moment.
And that was always where we were headed with the sequel to Doctor Strange, knowing that we wanted to explore the mind-bending, frightening side of the multiverse.
We need your help.
With what?
What do you know about the multiverse?
Telling the story was such a gigantic endeavor, and there's a lot of dimensionalized visuals that we use in telling that story. We shot it with an eye toward that, so I think it's going to be a very exciting experience to go to 3D.
You opened the doorway between universes, and we don't know who or what will walk through it. Strange!
You know, when I see those trailers...
Oh man, tell me Benedict Wong isn't just as stylish as he is funny.
It seems to be. I mean, that look was just, it commanded attention, and I think that's the goal, right?
Absolutely. You know, speaking of Wong, both his character and in real life, it seems like we finally, as fans, got the answer to a long-burning question we've had since 2018.
Yeah.
All about some really great food.
Is it sandwiches?
It's sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Oh my goodness. Wong finally got the tuna melt sandwich he's been asking for since all the way back in Avengers Infinity War.
That's right. You got to check out this special spot presented to you by Tide.
Let's get you clean before Strange comes back. Inside. Wait. We can fix this. Come on. Either Ruby Wings or Dragonor. Look at yourself.
Busted.
Okay, let's go. No? Right. I got you, buddy.
This will do it. If you've got to be sure, switch to Tide Pods. Marvel Studios' Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, only in theaters May 6th.
You owe me a tuna melt.
Busted. That kind of makes me hungry a little bit, Justin. I think we need some food suggestions.
I'll take care of you guys after this.
Okay, so we all have been in different parts of the carpet tonight. Y'all, what were some of your favorite parts that you saw where you were?
Oh my goodness. I'm telling you guys, seeing the little Maximoff twins walk in and, you know, just reconnecting after so long was really cool. But let me tell you, the last time we were here, Xochitl Gomez made an appearance and waved to my mom. Hey, Mom. So to see her again here and see her being so friendly and making your MCU debut is very cool.
To me, it's got to be the fans, you know? I was joking, you know? I'm the man with the fans. But, you know, there's a huge fan inside of me as well.
Yeah.
And so, you know, to feel their, like, unbridled energy and the excitement for this film and everything we're about to see, and of course, all of the stars, you know, dreams came true tonight for so many people.
Yes.
And to, like, help facilitate that, sign me up. What a job.
I'm telling you, one of the loudest premieres I've ever been to. The fans have been stacked. What about for you guys over there? You've talked to some amazing people tonight.
I'm laughing because I think that the actors have actually had the same experience here on the stage. They've been surrounded by fans on all sides, listening to them, waving to them, and that's been incredible.
Yeah, I mean, the energy has just been, you can see also when we were talking to Ray and Justin, like they are beaming because they've been around the fans. I gotta tell you though, my favorite moment came from talking to Kevin Feige, who Tamara dubbed our own Sorcerer of Supreme. He connected something to me that I just hadn't thought of before about how the end of Marvel Studios Loki has really, the end of that has connected to Spider-Man No Way Home and all these different events that we're starting to see with the multiverse breaking down. Kevin Feige broke that. I was like, oh, I had an aha moment right here. And you know, if Kevin Feige says it, it's the truth.
It was literally like watching your brain explode. It was pretty great. I mean, for me, honestly, I love the moment we had up here with Victoria Alonso, Xochitl Gomez, and Elizabeth Olsen. Just seeing the three of them together, the character of Wanda and how strong she is, and knowing the history there, all that Victoria has done, and then welcoming someone new into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That was a really special moment for me as a lady. And so also, we just want to say thank you to all the fans who are watching. We do this for you, and it's so much fun to bring all the excitement of the carpet. So thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, it's been such a great time. Big thank you to Justin and Ray as well for helping us capture all of this action here. And don't forget, remember, tell us what your favorite moments were on all of our social channels as well. You can head over to @Marvel on Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. We're also on @DrStrangeOfficial as well on Facebook there too.
And of course, use the hashtag Dr. Strange. And most importantly, don't forget to get your movie tickets. You can buy them right now. The film opens in theaters on May 6th. And as you've heard tonight, you gotta see this on the big screen.
You got to. And the movie's about to get started, so we're going to get on out of here. Make sure to get those tickets. But we do have a very special message that you're going to want to check out in just a moment here.
I'm Tamara Krinsky.
And I'm James Arthur M.
This is Marvel, your universe.
So we all go back in time to the Old West and become cowboys.
Strange and Wong start a hit band, and it is awesome.
Wanda discovers her true passion for competitive hacky sack.
Our characters realize they're all just action figures living in the bedroom of a kid named Andy.
Wait, that sounds like something else.
Wong becomes the greatest, coolest, most powerful hero the MCU has ever known.
Okay, fine. These are spoilers for our new film, In Other Universes.
No, in this one. Although Wong could totally have a hit band if he wanted to.
There's no way we would spoil the movie.
And neither should you.
So please don't spoil Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
In this or any other universe.
Careful, Stephen.